Yorkshire, they like Yorkshire pud. People in Paris like frogs. When I went to Whitby for my holiday, I didn't see no shawls and no clogs. A bold Yorkshire lass as I happened to pass took a fancy to me on the spot. A courting we went, I says, "You smell of scent, is it lilac?" She says, "No, it's not. It's chips and fish, chips and fish. Hey, by gum, what a champion dish. Oh, what a smell when you fry 'em. Just take a pen'orth and try 'em. Put some salt and vinegar on, as much as ever you wish. You can do with that supper if you've had a bob's worth of chips and fish." We walked hand in hand down the edge of the pier, we kissed by a silvery sea. We ran out of breath up the 99 steps, had cod and 5 penn'orth for tea. The time came to part, I was sick to me heart. To the station we had to make haste. She boarded the train and we kissed once again, and oh how I savoured the taste of chips and fish, chips and fish. Hey, by gum, what a champion dish. Oh, what a smell when you fry 'em. Just take a pen'orth and try 'em. Put some salt and vinegar on, as much as ever you wish. You can do with that supper if you've had a bob's worth of chips and fish. Now travels I've had, Hong Kong, Trinidad, partaken of every cuisine. Italian spaghetti, my stomach upsetty, by gum, and those curries are mean. You get nasty diseases from eating French cheeses and German frankfurters of verse. Though some folk like to eat stewed tripe and pig's feet, there's one dish will always come first. Aye, it's chips and fish, chips and fish. Hey, by gum, what a champion dish. Oh, what a smell when you fry 'em. Just take a pen'orth and try 'em. Put some salt and vinegar on, as much as ever you wish. You can do with that supper if you've had a bob's worth of chips and fish. Oh, chips and fish, chips and fish. Hey, by gum, what a champion dish. Oh, what a smell when you fry 'em. Just take a pen'orth and try 'em. Put some salt and vinegar on, as much as ever you wish. You can do with that supper if you had a bob's worth of chips and fish.
How high the price, how deep the water, that makes widows out of wives. For this is not fish we're eating, this is men's lives.
All clouds the sky, the boats are leaving. One last goodbye, dark water calls us on.
The northern sea knows well the sound of grieving, how slight the fate we put our trust upon. Then go we must, no longer can we tarry, the waters wide, yet we must go and try and like a bird on a silvery morning, home to your side we will chance to fly.
And the water shines like patent leather.
We search for signs upon this lifeless ground. The reckoning sky calls down some heavy weather. We've come for fish, and fish needs must be found. Then go we must, no longer can we tarry. The water's wide, yet we must go and try. And like a bird on a silvery morning, home to your side we will chance to fly. And we ride the flood and trust to glory. Some planks of wood no thicker than your thumb is all that keeps the telling of the story from being lost or maybe being won. Then go we must, no longer can we tarry. The water's wide, yet we must go and try. And like a bird on a silvery morning, home to your side we will chance to fly. Then go we must, no longer can we tarry. The water's wide, yet we must go and try. And like a bird on a silvery morning, home to your side we will chance to fly.
They say there's no future in Chesapeake gold when you hold her out on the rail. Thompson Wallace had wanted a boat, and the summers could still carry sail. But the weather turned frigid, the harbour froze hard, workboats lay idle for weeks. And when the ice broke and bills to be paid, Wallace sailed up with the fleet. The bay can be rough as a ride, shove the wind straight into your bones. Sometimes come hell or high water, skipjacks don't always come home. The wind started rising, the waves piled high. They were in for one hell of a ride. Water was coming in too fast for the pumps, and the old boat engine had died. A boat heading in said they'd take on the crew, but the men said they'd keep her afloat. Their pride, their gumption, their livelihood all was riding the deck of that boat. The bay can be rough as a riot, shove the wind straight into your bones. Sometimes come hell or high water, skipjacks don't always come home. Some call them crazy, some call them fools, to be out there risking their lives. Money was short and the season near done, and the oysters were damn hard to find. 'Twas a gamble they took and a gamble they lost, when the workboat was swamped in the waves. And Wallace he drowned along with his crew when the summers went down in the straits. They can be rough as a riot, shove the wind straight into your bones. Sometimes come hand or high water, skip checks don't always come home. The summers went down on the 4th day of March, as plenty remember it well, when the wind boiled the bay to a frenzy, and Wallace went sailing through hell. 30 bushel of oysters still on her deck, when he raised up the summers again. Oh, the price of an oyster ain't never enough compared to the lives of those men. They can be rough as a riot, shove the wind straight into your bones. Sometimes come hell or high water, skip checks don't always come home. They can be rough as a riot, shove the wind straight into your bones. Sometimes come hell or high water, skip checks don't always come home.
My Donald, he sails upon the sea, on the waves that roll wild and free. He splices the ropes and he sets the sails, while southward he roves to the home of the whale. And he ne'er thinks of me left behind, nor the torments that rage in my mind. He is mine for only part of the year, then I'm left all alone with no but a tear. All ye ladies who smell of wild rose, think you for your perfume to where a man goes? Think you of the wives and bands that yearn for a man ne'er returned from hunting the sperm? Oh, my Donald, he sails upon the sea, on the waves that roll wild and free. He splices the ropes and he sets the sails, while southward he roves to the home of the whale.
What's that ship coming round Cape Horn?
Heave away, boys, haul away.
It's a Whitby cat with his stunsails on.
All the way in the round Cape Horn.
Master's ordered all sails set.
Heave away, boys, haul away.
It's down with your grog, up the rigging you'll get.
All the way in the round Cape Horn.
There's nothing faster on the sea.
Heave away, boys, haul away.
We're in full sail and running free.
All the way in the round Cape Horn.
Down past Tierra Delph we go.
Heave away, boys, haul away.
There's wind and rain and ice and snow.
All the way in the round Cape Horn.
And the victuals are enough to make you scream.
Heave away, boys, haul away.
And you're flogged if you don't eat up your greens.
All away and around Cape Horn.
Weevil biscuits, devil's grog.
Heave away, boys, all away.
And stuff that tastes like bosun's dog.
All away and around Cape Horn.
Barefoot sailor shinning the mast.
Heave away, boys, all away.
You're in the eye of the wind and you got to be fast.
All away and around Cape Horn.
Break your back, boys, heave and pull.
Heave away, boys, all away.
James Cook is lord of this Whitby hull.
All away and around Cape Horn.
Goodbye, Cape Horn, my enemy.
Heave away, boys, haul away.
Now we are bound for the southern sea.
All away and around Cape Horn.
This is a song about the great tea race of 1866. Famous clipper ships in Fujans, Pagoda Bay. Wait till the new season's tea and then be on their way. Thousands have been wagered, the caps were in the ring. The favourites were the Fiery Cross, the Ariel and Teeping. The Ariel and Teeping. With £1 million of tea. Then after towing down the mill was heading for the sea. Ghosting through the monsoon, whistling for the wind. The captain's key and McKinnon on the Ariel and Teeping. The Ariel and Teeping. Across the Indian Ocean, every stitch of canvas spread. Jamie Green ringtails and moon sails to crown the east masthead. Constant southeast trade winds made the rigging sing, and in the lead was Fiery Cross from the Ariel and Teeping. The Ariel and Teeping. Across the Bay of Biscay, these racers went together. Steer starboard for the channel, steady the yardarm swing, and a living gale from west southwest drove the Ariel and Teeping. The Ariel and Teeping. For 9 and 19 days, no less, these ocean greyhounds vied, and they tied up in the London docks on the same evening time. An announcement to the punters, disappointment would bring, for the race was declared a draw for the Ariel and Teeping. The Ariel and Teeping. So health and body Scotland, her captains and her ships, and to the glorious tea race of 1866. Now artists recreate those days when the clippers was king. We can marvel at the splendour of the Ariel and Teeping. The Ariel and Teeping.